Oh, good morning, guys. RB here. Hey, we got a service call this morning on an old Ferguson tractor, and I've been allowed to bring you guys along. Hopefully, we get some more of these type of deals to where you can come along and see what we got going on in the field. So we're gonna get out there and figure out what's going on with it, and bring you guys along. So let's get the truck loaded up and get on the road. All right, guys, so we made it. Here's the project, and this is what we're going to be working on. Obviously, the alarm system has been set, so we are here. So this is it. We got some radiator issues, some overheating issues, so I think that's what we're going to be doing, amongst a few other things. But yeah, let's go ahead and tear into it.
Okay, remember what I had said about my little whiteboard. So this is my to-do list here. So I've captured the serial number, what's going on, it's overheating, and it doesn't hold coolant. So we know that the radiator is leaking, so we're going to go ahead and pull that and assess it and see if it can be fixed or if it has to be replaced. Thermostat, I'm not 100% sure this has a thermostat in it, but we're going to take a look at that. And then the gauge, so it does have a gauge, and so we're going to be looking at that as well. So let's go ahead and tear into it here. It looks like I'm going to go ahead and remove the fuel tank, give us a little bit better access to those lines and stuff, and then we will have to remove the hood. So yeah, let me go ahead and get set up and do that. Alright, so I've started on this. What I've done is I've unbolted the fuel tank as well as the fuel line. So the fuel tank's ready to come off. I'm going to go ahead and lift that off, and then we'll see what the next step is. Alright, we have the hood off. So next I'm going to go ahead and remove the water lines, and then we'll go ahead and get the radiator. Alright, so we got the bands undone on the lines, and it still has a little bit of fluid in it. So what I'm suspecting is, looks like there's some corrosion up top here. So you can see it right here. So I think that there's a leak at the top part of the radiator, so it's only holding coolant halfway through. So I think we'll be getting a new radiator. It's probably about $150. So that's probably the best thing to do there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this coolant drained, and we'll get the lines off. Go ahead and get the support keeper off there, and we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so I took off the top tube, and lo and behold, inside is a thermostat. So I'm kind of curious if this wasn't going the right way. So we might have to look at that. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking at that. Okay, so what I'm encountering is the nuts that hold the radiator on, or the bolts, are rusted up pretty good. This one is loose, but it's just turning inside the radiator frame, and this one is turning as well. But there is a dog ear here designed to swing the radiator out. So I'm thinking if I can get it to free up and swing the radiator out, then I can go ahead and cut that bolt. We know we're going to be having to replace this radiator, so let's do that. Okay, so as you can see, there's a quick coupler here, which is cool. So I got that loosened up to where I can spin the radiator around. And then I'm looking at this here, and I thought I was going to have to try to grab that bolt and do something with it, but it's actually got a hook in there as well. So I should be able to slide the radiator and pop it right on out. Okay, so we got the radiator off. It came right off, not too bad. Alright, so the next thing that we need to tackle is, he was saying that the temperature gauge isn't working. And I'm looking at it here, and it's not in the worst shape. So it's electric temperature gauge. The wires look really good there. So chasing the wire down, it comes on down, and right here behind the carburetor, right, let's see if I can get you in here. Right there is a temperature sensor built into the side of the block. So I'm suspecting that that sensor is probably plugged up. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, take a look at it, and that might be something we need to order as well. I also wanted to note on this radiator, so here it is on the thing here. And this is what I was talking about. That was this other bolt that was just spinning. So it's got a cap, so you should be able to slide a head in and lock it in place and swing it around and tighten this one down. But this one was spinning as well. So we're going to have to remember that with the new unit. And then as we see the core of it here, there's obviously a leak right there, probably one right there, and then there's something funny going on right in here. So I don't know that this is going to be a candidate for rebuild. I think there's just too much going on with it, and for the price, it's going to be worth just going ahead and getting a new radiator. And like I said, just doing a preliminary investigation on it, I found one for like 136, so I figure 150-ish. Alright, so we'll go ahead and test for ohms on this. Let's see. So we're not getting anything through there. So I am getting some ohm readings, but I should at least be hearing my tone. See? So I don't know, I think that maybe that is bad. Okay, so the next thing that I want to test is the voltage going through the existing indicator. So I've got it once again on tone mode. Okay. So we got that, that's set the ignition off. Okay. Ignition on. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to test the line going to the actual deal here. So, and the line's good. So this tells us that the sensor is bad. So we'll get one ordered here. Okay guys, so we are wrapping up with this here. We've got all the parts off. I think I've got all the information I needed. So we started off knowing that the unit was overheating and doesn't hold coolant, and the doesn't hold coolant part is through mainly the top part of the radiator, which we saw that the cores are pretty messed up. So I do believe that it's going to need a radiator. I think it's going to be cheaper to do that rather than trying to have it rebuilt. So the thermostat, we still need to check that out. The gauge I think is good. We tested that out. So right now what we're looking at is a radiator, new bolts for the radiator to mount it, new temp sensor, and then some coolant. And then I went ahead and, like I was saying, I like my whiteboards, the engine oil. So it's a little dark and it's high, but it's also been sitting, so we're good there. And then the transmission hydraulics look really good. So, and then down the road, in order to get this thing running, I'm suspecting it's probably going to need a carburetor clean, points clean, and then good fuel. So, yeah, so this is a Model TO unit, 124551. So, that's all the information we need for that. And I'm going to go ahead and look at that thermostat now, and we'll inspect that and see if we need to pick one of those up as well. So, hope you enjoy this kind of content. I'm hoping to be able to do more of this out in the field. This is what I do for a living. I'm a mobile tractor mechanic, and I really like the old units. New units, I've worked on Bobcats and stuff, and they're not too bad, but this is what gets my heart going. So, alright, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here shortly. Okay, so I got the thermostat out of the tube, and it's not in horrible shape. I do see a little bit of buildup inside of here, which indicates that maybe it wasn't allowing stuff to pass through. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, make a decision here. We'll see what it costs to replace it. If it's crazy, we might just go ahead and try to use this one again, see if it... Alright guys, I think that'll do it for video 1. So this is a teardown video, an assessment video. So we are good here. I'm going to go ahead and I'll put some tape across here so nothing gets inside of it. And we're going to go ahead and end this video here, get parts ordered, and then we'll come back and get it reassembled and running. Hope you enjoy this kind of content. If you would, leave me comments, big thumbs up. It really does help. I'm trying to grow the channel a little bit. So have a great day.